Around 1 to 1.5 million years ago, long before cities, before writing, before even the earliest stone temples, a small band of early humans gathered around something that would forever alter the arc of our species. It crackled, glowed, and danced in the darkness. It was fire, no longer a force merely feared or avoided, but something new, something controlled. For millions of years, fire had existed only as a destructive presence. Lightning strikes, volcanic eruptions, burning forests. These were spectacles that early hominins could observe from afar, but never influence. But around this time, perhaps 1 million years ago, perhaps earlier, one lineage of early humans, likely Homo erectus, made a leap that no other creature on Earth had ever made. They learned not just to use fire, but to keep it. Imagine the world through their eyes. They lived in a landscape full of predators, saber-toothed cats, hyenas, giant eagles. The night was long, cold, and filled with danger. Survival was a constant negotiation with the environment. But now, for the first time, there was warmth. There was light. There was protection. Controlling fire didn't begin with striking stones or rubbing sticks. Not yet. These early humans most likely captured naturally occurring fire, perhaps from a lightning spark brush fire, carrying burning branches back to camp. The first great achievement was not making fire, but maintaining it, feeding it, protecting it, guarding it through the night. Those who mastered this skill held something extraordinary, a tool more powerful than muscle, more dependable than speed, more adaptable than any natural weapon. This new power reshaped daily life. Nights once filled with fear were transformed. The circle of firelight became a safe haven, pushing predators back into the shadows. The warmth allowed early humans to occupy colder environments, travel farther, and survive in places previously impossible. The day no longer ended with the setting sun, but the impact of fire was more than physical. It was biological. Raw food is hard to chew, hard to digest, hard on the body. Cooked food is different, softer, more calorie-rich, easier to break down. When early humans began cooking meat and roots, they unlocked nutrients that had always been out of reach. Researchers believe this shift allowed the body to divert energy from digestion towards something far more remarkable, the brain. The human brain is costly, consuming a tremendous amount of energy. Fire, through cooking, helped provide that energy. Over generations, brains grew larger, more complex. Social behaviors deepened. Cooperation became essential. And cooperation, too, was shaped by fire. The fire pit became the first gathering place in human history. At night, when hunting and foraging were done, early humans had something they had never had before: time together. Time to communicate, to bond, to share food and experiences. Around the fire, gestures became more expressive, vocal sounds more varied, social ties more stable. Some anthropologists argue that fire may have given rise to the earliest forms of storytelling. The flames were not just warmth. They were a classroom, a gathering hall, a community. Over thousands of years, these small pockets of firelight spread across continents. Groups who mastered fire gained an advantage. They could deter predators, expand their territory, process new foods, and protect their young. Fire allowed early humans to migrate into colder climates, eventually leading them out of Africa and across the world. Every campfire became a stepping stone toward a global species. Eventually, humans would learn not just to maintain fire, but to create it. But this would come much later, hundreds of thousands of years after the first controlled flames. For a long time, fire-making remained a mystery. A small ember, carried carefully from place to place, could be the difference between thriving and freezing. But even before humans mastered ignition, the ability to control fire already changed evolution. Larger brains, smaller teeth, more cooperative societies, more complex communication, a changing body shaped by heat and flame. Fire didn't just warm our ancestors, it transformed them. Today, fire is everywhere, hidden in engines, wires, furnaces, stoves. We rarely think of it as extraordinary. But this ancient partnership, forged over 1 million years ago, was perhaps the greatest turning point in human history. Fire was the first technology, the first protector, the first tool that transformed not just how humans lived, but who humans were. The story of humanity is a story of sparks, and the first spark was fire.